Not the greatest photography morning, however. Blue sky. What can you do? You can probably tell that the light is quite bright as well for me, so I think we better make a start. So it's been an hour and a half journey here. I did happen to get up late because I've mistimed the dawn here on the Sunshine Coast, as it's called, mainly because that's traffic, I'm afraid. Mainly because sunrise here is at 4:30, or first light at 4:30, and that means I've got to be up and out round about 2:30, and I missed that. So anyway, let's get on. Let's take these wonderful jetties and let's see what we can do. So here we are, a wonderful little jetty. I'm being careful. I don't know if there's any trapdoor or funnel web spiders here. There's a lot of ominous little holes about, so I'm just being a little careful. First things first, the height of this composition, let me just adjust this so that you can see. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have that far bank running through our composition, no matter which way I play with it. So you can see it here. So if I go lower, I'll lower it, but you know, that's not really going to eliminate that far bank because it's so close. What I may do, let's just try a little lower. Just a little lower. Let's take this central. Bar out. I'm just going to throw it. Will it go in my pocket? I don't want to lose it. I'm going to put it with you. I always lose them. I've actually lost 2 of those. Let's level us off. There we go. And you can see we've got 0 cloud. So 0 cloud means that these may be high contrast black and whites. And because we're so close to this, I've just got to adjust slightly to make sure that we are straight visually down this jetty. There we go, that looks about right. Looks about right, and of course, because we're so close, I'm within, you know, a few centimetres of this little walkway. We are going to have to a focus stack, so I'm going to come quite close up. I'm going to make sure that we focus, and I am using my remote shutter, so I am going to shut that. We don't want f8, so that's shifting my bag. So let's see what we've got here. f14, ISO 100. I want that water to be a bit smoother, so what I'll do is, first of all, I'll do the focus stack. So let me get that done for 4 seconds, and then I'll focus throughout this image, and then I'll do a larger, or a longer, I should say, longer exposure just for that water. I don't have to do a super long one because look, there's no cloud whatsoever. Okay, well, seems we haven't got a massive amount of compositions to be had here, so we may as well see what we can do while we're here. Do my normal trick of pushing the legs into the sand to stabilize our tripod. Not sure about this. I do like this one over here. This will probably be a 16:9 or ultra pano. I may leave those trees in, or I may actually lose them completely. I'm not sure. I'll move slightly to the left, I think, to the top extent of my Wellingtons. And every time a boat comes through, it threatens to come over the top of them. Well, that's a bit better. Now you notice here the problem is that you got to watch these horizon lines. It's right there, so I will have to raise up. There we go. And now we've got a gap. Yep, so we may lose part of this, and we'll do it this way, I think. Okay. We have got some small amount of cloud now on the horizon. So let's reset our ISO, which is very, very important. There we go. And there we have it. And I'm facing towards the sun. It will be important to make sure that our polarizer is not creating any horrible vignettes like that one up there. So we'll turn that fully off, just like that. You know me, I like the reflections and the glare half the time anyway. So we're going to focus in on there. It's giving us 1/3 of a second here, so we will take that as is. It doesn't want to. Why doesn't you want? Why don't you want to focus? There you go. Let's just take that first of all, and then I'm going to throw a grad on because I want smooth water. And to be honest, I wish there was no cloud rather than a tiny bit that was out there. But what can you do? I'd rather none than a token part. So I'm throwing the 10 stop on because I want to make sure I can get a minute or so. Let's increase our ISO. Let's get a full minute. That should do us. It's a minute, ISO 400, F16. Let's just go. now we can consider what we're going to do with this one. I might actually do a close-up, you know, expose shot, an editorial shot of this little beastie. Fill the frame, sort of, because it is an old thing. I have photographed it once before, but this thing is not going to be with us for too much longer. I think I will come down low. The problem with coming down low, if I go lower, I throw this this fence which is in our way. It exaggerates it in the scene, so I'm not sure whether we should try and take it the other side, but no, I like it this way better. Okay, let's get in low. Let's get in a bit lower. I don't want a lot of distance here. I want a short amount of distance here between that far bank, and the far bank sort of interferes with this now, but not fully, because I can see it raising off the side. No, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this. Okay. I'm going to do this. Now we have got our grad on, so just going to throw it into shutter priority so I can get focus. Got to make sure we get focus where there's some contrast, just like that. And so I'm going to take this straight away to get that water. Just make sure, because we've moved our camera, I want to make sure we eliminate that vignette of death. Let's do that minute exposure. Let's get that water, and then I'll do a couple of shorter exposures. Well, in fact, we won't have to. I'll do 2 exposures. One I've just centered on that, and one I've centered on the on that beautiful old boathouse, and one I'll do just nearer on this rail, and then that should do us. Okay, well, thank you for joining me here at the Maroochy River. No Rafi today. He decided 2:30 was a little early for him, and he didn't want to come out. I tried to coax him, but he didn't want his lead on. He didn't want his collar on. He just turned over and went back, you know, rolled over on his little bed, and he just refused to come out. That doesn't often happen, but it did today. So I'm Rafi-less. I hope I'll try and coax him for our next adventure. So anyway, please take care, look after your loved ones, and until next time, see ya.